What's up, Sagittarius? How are you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of your love and your support, Sagi. My channel hit 65,000 the other week. I missed you guys. Oh my god. I was gone last week, as you could tell. You're probably like, Jade, where you at? Oh my god, last week was so chaotic. I wish I read for you back then, but it was just too crazy. So I just wanted to make sure my energy was grounded. I'm doing this reading. It's the 7/7 portal day. This reading will be up tomorrow on Tuesday, the 8th. So I hope that you guys have been doing well and that you've been having a wonderful July so far. We're gonna get right into your messages, Sagi, and let me know if this is helpful. If you enjoy, definitely make sure you leave a like, comment, and definitely subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. You're coming back. Welcome back. I love you. I appreciate you. And let's see what Spirit wants you to know, Sagi. Let's see. For Sagittarius, we have the Sage, of course. Not surprised. The Sage for Sag. Very fitting. This is literally like your energy. Sage, right? If you got a little sage and you need to do a little cleansing, I have a beautiful sage plant and it's doing wonderful. I just had to share that. So yeah. Let's pull some more before I speak on this, but man, you are an old soul. You are one old soul. You've probably been told that before. Probably not the first time you've heard that. Topsy-turvets. I love that card. It shows you have the ability to turn a situation around that maybe it didn't work out in your favor. Okay, we have gotcha at the bottom. Definitely bringing in some surprises. Definitely bringing in some situations that are meant to happen. Although it may be something that is a bit of a surprise or a bit of a curveball. Indie, ecstasy. This is all for your highest good. I'm gonna tell you that. It's all for your highest good. You might be like, oh, Jade, I don't really... You could be at a crossroads, some of you. You might have a choice to make in the near future. It's about your happiness. It's about your happiness. It's about your freedom. It's about your independence. It's about truly like what makes you happy. It could even be about like friendships here or connections here. Maybe love, romance for some of you. But anyways, there is a situation that you're dealing with currently and you're turning it around in your favor. You have this ability to work your magic. That's exactly what's happening here for you, Sagi. I love that for you. Topsy-turvets is really like a situation where it's just like completely out of your control and you may feel stuck, you may feel powerless, you may feel bummed out. Good news is you have the ability to turn the situation around in your favor with the Singer of Transfiguration. This is showing the situation currently is transforming in a big way, in a way that you may not be able to like logically make sense of it, but spiritually, you know that. You know that this isn't the end of the story. You know that there is going to be a big breakthrough. You just know it. There's no doubt about it. Amen. All right, your numbers so far are 19, 51, and 11. So yeah, huge turn of events. You're not quite happy with the way things are going. This is perfect because the universe is creating a way for you to kind of like merge into your new life or kind of turn things around. Like if you made a mistake, this is a chance to learn from your mistakes and improve. If this is a situation about money, opportunity to earn more, it's about a relationship, maybe you're about to repair this connection or someone's here to make amends with you or apologize or, you know, fix things with you. Like I'm seeing a situation that could be, it's slightly damaged or there's some dings, there's some scratches, but the good news is we can fix it. It's not too late, right? It's not too late. So let's see, show me clearly what's going on for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. What do my Sagittarius need to know? Show me clearly. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Messages for Sagi. Show me clearly. Ooh, we do have the devil. You in a bit of a pickle. Some of you dealing with a Capricorn, okay? Oh, what's at the bottom? Ten of Swords. Well, let me tell you, the worst is over. The worst is over. The hardest part is over. Okay, you may have hit rock bottom. You may have felt real low. There could have been something in your life that come to an abrupt end, but is for your best, because this was toxic, this was unhealthy, this is something that was not good for you, it was blocking your success, it was really getting in the way of your blessings, and so this had to come to an end. Some of you, if this is a relationship, ooh, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, there's someone that took advantage of you, or you had a hard time believing this person would do you dirty, but they did, or someone really just like did something unforgivable and you were blindsided, completely blindsided. All right. There's someone here that took advantage of your kindness, who really disrespected you, who made you feel small, made you feel unimportant. And I'm seeing like they weaponized your pain, your wounds, and things that you told them in private, or things that you never share with just anybody. It's like someone really just like stabbed you in the back. I'm really sorry you went through that or are currently going through that. Let's see here. 9 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. This definitely could have been someone that you were seeing romantically. I don't know if, because 9 of Pentacles is a very like single energy, so I don't know if you were like committed with this person, but maybe there were possibilities. Empress underneath the Knight of Cups, there were possibilities or dreams of like things furthering in this connection. Anyways, whatever this was, and it doesn't even have to be romantic. When I say connection, it doesn't even have to be about romance, but it's showing that this had to come crashing down. Unfortunately, it was messy. 10 of Swords of the Devil. Yes, that's too far gone, right? So pretty dramatic stuff. Obviously, though, taught you a lot. You grew so much from this situation. It taught you a lot, right? So at least there's that. At least you grew from it, and you will continue to grow from it. Even like months or years from now, you're continuing to learn and grow from this experience. And this experience maybe happened a long time ago, but yet to this day, you're still reflecting on it. It still has some kind of power or control over you, though. We'll clarify the Devil in a little while. Full moon in Capricorn also on the 10th, the 11th of July, right? Full moon energy. Looking at the sky last night, the moon was getting quite bright. So full moon in Capricorn is helping you release. Some of you might be experiencing this ending around then, or like days before or after. Look at this Ace of Swords, cutting ties. You cut and tie, snip, snip, say goodbye. Yeah, so this is where you are drawing the line. I see that you're freeing yourself from this toxicity, from this control, from someone that has been really playing with your heart, playing with your mind. Yeah, mind games has been a big one here. Okay, you could be calling someone out on their lies, someone out on their games. So you know, it seems here you see clearly, the clearest you've been able to see in a long time. Maybe you got your eyes tested recently, you're getting new glasses or something like that. Okay, so Page of Cups. Strength, we might be dealing with a Leo. We have Fool reverse, which is Aries, as well as Aquarius. Fool in the reverse is telling me that I don't see you further investing in this situation. Yeah, Queen of Swords, you're putting a full stop to this because you see things for what they really are. There might be a conversation within the next couple of days, maybe next 24, 48 hours is what I want to say. Ace of Swords with the Page of Cups. I'm seeing a conversation that's very eye-opening. This has to do with someone's emotions. Someone here is opening up about how they've been feeling, right? There's a sense of vulnerability or feeling very exposed and soft, right? With Strength and the Page of Cups, there is a soft side, the underbelly, you might describe it as. And yeah, someone just doesn't feel safe enough to jump off this cliff. Right? Someone's weighing out the pros and cons. All right, so let's keep going. Devil and the Ace of Swords. This is clarity of like, okay, this can't continue, or I can't keep repeating this. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep saying that this is going to change, but nothing happens. Like, we can't keep doing that. You might be bursting someone's bubble. I just imagine in my mind's eye with the sword, like popping a bubble, or, yeah, you know, like those weird, like inflatable bubbles that some people will go in and like, it's like, what is that? What is it called? I don't even know. It's like, it's so stupid. Anyways, the little air bubble you can go in And you can like roll around it. I've never done that, but I just imagine like someone just popping that fucking bubble and it just deflating. Maybe that's representing someone's egos deflating or someone's egos getting bruised. Page of Swords. At the bottom, 8 of Pentacles. Well, it's out. It's in the open. If it wasn't known now, it is. If it wasn't known then, it is now. Like it seems to be like your point has been made. You made your point. Someone sees your stance, sees which side you're on. You see how it really is, and so do they, right? And why do I get the sense you're standing on opposite sides? Because that's what I'm seeing here is 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles. You're not interested in playing these games. Nope. See, and that's a thing. 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. Someone who's very sly, someone who is methodical, they plan things out. They do have hidden intentions and motives, okay? But they're thinking that, they can just get by, no one will notice, no one will question, they'll just go along with it. 9 of Pentacles, it's interesting because the 9 of Pentacles, she's just kind of like in her own world. She's looking the other way. The 7 of Swords is behind her. She's like so unaware. At least that's what this person is hoping, this 9 of Pentacles, or hoping that you are unaware. Really, you're just focused on your money. You're focused on your long-term goals. You're focused on your investments, your future, your legacy. If you have a business, you're focused on that. Or like your career, your studies, your health, your wellness. Like you're so just like occupied. And the thing is, you don't miss much, right? 9 of Pentacles, you're moving slowly, carefully, delicately. You always cross the finish line. 9 of Pentacles, he always comes out on top. He has a plan. It's solid. And so that's the thing is 9 of Pentacles, nothing gets past him. Because he's not in a rush. Because he's so aware. Because he's not in, how in society and the world we live in, it's very quick pace and like hustle bustle and get moving and get going. But the 9 of Pentacles, he doesn't fall into that trap. And with this 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, they kind of assume that you're gonna miss it or that you won't notice, but you fucking notice, right? You notice. Ace of Swords, you be seeing, you be knowing. So someone also could be watching you or keeping tabs on you. I don't know who needs to hear that, right? Page of Swords is known to be like the watcher, creeper, watcher, stalker, someone lurking in the distance. If you have anything that's public, if you have a page, if there's something that you post online, I don't know, someone's searching you up, someone's looking up your name, someone's pulling up your pages, your social media, or even driving by your neighborhood. That's a little creepy. That's a bit much, but hey. Or they're looking it up on Google Maps, right? Because they wouldn't dare to step foot in your neighborhood. I'm just kidding. Who knows? But yeah, there's some, I'm hearing wandering eyes on you, Sagi. And this is, what is it? 3 cards. This fell on the Ace of Swords, and they are, let's look at them together. Knight of Wands, Death, Scorpio energy, and the 10 of Wands. Look at how this knight is running the other way. He's running the other way from Death and the 10 of Wands. There's someone here. Someone here is just trying to like run away from their problems. But they care. It's just, they're leaving their baggage with them. It's kind of messy. They're leaving a trail. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, what I'm literally seeing, someone's just like leaving a trail of their mess behind no matter where they go. They could change their name, they could go across the world, but it doesn't matter because the baggage that they have is theirs to claim, and it just seems like they're leaving a messy trail behind them. And no matter what, Knight of Wands with the Death card, I mean, this is showing someone has the ability to change, but it's not easy. And because it's not easy, and Knight of Wands, he does like things that are easy and quick and like, doesn't have to do it ever again, one-time thing. It's not, this change or the opportunity to change, to grow, evolve, it's not as simple as this knight would like it to be. So therefore, he's actually running away from it. It's not like this where he's confronting it, right? The Knight of Wands facing the 10 of Wands, he's running away from it. So someone's just like expecting, has all these expectations, but doesn't really show up, or like what am I saying here? Because this fell out on the Ace of Swords. So someone's not seeing clearly. 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. There is an energy of like, well, what are you waiting for? Or like this person, this, and even this Knight of Wands. It could represent you, Sagi. It could also represent another fire sign. But it feels like there's someone that is walking away, but then they keep looking back, or like they're waiting. Like time is ticking, the world keeps spinning, and yet someone's just kind of like waiting for you to return. Someone could be actually waiting for you to like pick up their baggage. Like, you know how I was saying, it looks like this is someone that's just trying to run away from their problems, run away from taking accountability, right? And they're expecting you to like follow them and pick up the sticks and carry their weight, or like, this like a toxic mindset. Even we'll go with the Devil and the Ace of Swords together. This is a very unhealthy and limited way of thinking and feeling. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. So if someone's having like a wake up call, or I feel like you might be teaching someone a lesson here, or the Sage and Topsy-Turvets. You seem to have a greater influence on this person, whether you like it or not, whether you're aware of it or not. Feel like there's something about you that triggers a lot of people in your life, and those that are scared, those that are intimidated, they try to run or avoid, but like the thing is, it's like there's constant reminders that they're having to keep looking at. Even though they keep on running, they can't hide. That's too many cards. Too many. 10 of Cups. What's this card? How many is this? That's too many. Okay, I think it was like 5 or more. I'm not taking that. Let me just get focused here. I feel like someone searches for the answers through you. They come to you for advice, or you gave really good advice to this person before in the past. They come to you when their life is in shambles, when their whole world's on fire. They come to you expecting that you're just gonna put out the flame, because you're the element of fire, so you're very well like equipped. You know the element, you work with it all the freaking time. Someone's like, well, how are you a master? How do you understand? Like, look at this, 4 of Swords and King of Cups. You're very at peace. You're healing. You're in your own zone. You're feeling very connected to yourself. You're very spiritually tapped in. You'd be receiving a lot of insights, downloads, messages from spirit. Okay, your intuition, it senses things before it happens. You get visions. You get these feelings in your core. Like, it's just, there's all these things that you can't really describe. Like, it's more of this inner knowing than anything else. It's showing here someone who's very calm, collected, and at peace. And there's someone that just doesn't get it. And they're like, but how? How is Sagi okay with this? Or how is, like, you're just chilling. I don't know. What's at the bottom? Because you're really just, you're happy. Look at this. The sun's at the bottom. You're happy. You're healing. You're feeling quite positive about life. You're very abundant. Look at your success is rolling in. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Sun. I definitely see you guys. I definitely see by Leo season, you're coming into a large sum of money, or like more stability. I'm seeing like positive improvements. Some of you are getting like a bonus or some sort of reward, or it seems here, I don't know if you're coming up to like your anniversary at like a place that you work at, or I don't know, something here. It's a big thing coming up over the next month, or I would say the next at least 4 weeks, or from now to middle of August. I'm seeing there's this big divine blessing bringing in a lot of abundance, a lot of good fortune, and it just shows how secure and safe you are. And by the way, this is at the bottom, so you know that, right? You're just chilling, you're healing, you're in your own zone, you're not really pressed, you're not stressed, you're just, you surrender mode. You rest in, you're in do not disturb mode. Sometimes I see Four of Swords. You're in your own bubble. And 10 of Swords, 2 of Swords. This is also at the bottom. I feel like you've made a decision, or you're about to make a choice to end something and not turn back or not look back. Like, you've made this choice, your mind is made up, you're not fluctuating, you're not second guessing it. You really have like made up your mind, and you're okay with that. And you're at peace with that, and you feel good about that decision. It brings you peace. This decision brings you peace, brings you comfort that you made the right call, you made the right choice. You made it from a state of like clarity. It wasn't a choice you made out of like pressure or out of like lack of judgment. Like, you really just made this decision because you knew it was best for you, and it was best not only for your present self, but even your future self. Okay, so we have the 8 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. So this doesn't feel like your energy, Sagi, right? I'm gonna read that the 4 of Swords, King of Cups is you. You're very at peace. You're very calm. You might notice that there's an energy tugging at you, though, and I wouldn't be surprised, right? Especially as the Sage. This was your first card out. As a Sage, you're very intuitive and sensitive to the energies that are around you, which is important. Very, very important that you cleanse your energy, which is why I even said Sage, right? Maybe you're needing to burn a little sage, say a little prayer, do a little ritual, right? It doesn't have to be sage. I recommend it. If you can get a sage plant, highly recommend. Right? Highly recommend versus buying from, the big corporations and I highly recommend. Get yourself a little sage plant. It could even be an indoor plant. Highly recommend. Nothing better than homegrown things, plants and all that. Anyways, 8 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. This feels, this could represent your past energy, but this is also energy that's around you or coming at you, that you're having to protect yourself from, because there is someone here you have history with and they're trapped, or it's kind of like, some souls that don't move on from the earthly plane, even though they passed on physically, they're no longer here. But you hear about like haunted houses and stuff like that. And it's literally because the energy, the being is trapped and they're stuck and they're just in this loop and they're unable to move on and go to the light, right? And that's, maybe you have information of like, oh no, it's because of XYZ, right? But from what I know / believe in is because there's like these souls that are unable to move on and they're stuck and they're trapped. And anyways, I feel like that's someone that's like stuck and trapped in the past, and it's about you. And yeah, it's very heavy. This feels very restrictive, limited, and smothering, suffocating. Like this, it's definitely not this 4 of Swords, King of Cups person, I'll tell you that. Someone feels trapped. Someone feels stuck. 4 of Pentacles, someone has not let you go. Someone's clinging on for dear life. 5 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, desperate for change, desperate for a new beginning. They haven't quite figured it out yet, though. Emperor, Hermit. I think someone's on the way to figure things out, but at the moment, someone's resisting change. Someone's clearly resisting change. Lack of self-awareness. Someone's still healing, recovering. Maybe they're going through something physically. 5 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune to the Ace of Pentacles. The universe is presenting this person with an opportunity. It's up to them if they're going to take it or not. And this opportunity, it's not just like, okay, here's a freebie, here's your way out, free ticket, woo, right? It's like, no, here's an opportunity, but you're going to have to work for it. There's someone here, if they want it, if they mean it, they're holding on to this. They're like, no, but I don't want to let this go. Or if it's you, they're holding on to, I don't want to let Sagi go. Well, they're going to have to fucking work very, very hard for it, right? Someone having to really prove themselves. And they also, whoever this person is, they don't, at the moment, I don't know if they feel worthy of this or worthy of you. So that's a big indicator too, because not indicator, but like it's a huge influence on the outcome, because if this person feels unworthy, then they're constantly just stuck in this loop, stuck in this cycle, and nothing changes. The story stays the same. The outcome is the same. So, and that's literally the devil and the ace of swords. Like, you either are going to break free from this habit, from this mindset, from this limited way of living, being, thinking, or you stay stuck and it's the same song, same dance. You either, right? It's like you can turn the situation around or you don't. Like, free will, right? Free will. And so it's like, if they want it, they gotta want it bad enough for them, and you can't convince them to want it. There's no use. Oh, wow. Heavy. Oh my God. I'm gonna need some sage after this. Oh God. Okay. Well, let's see what happens next for Sagittarius. Maybe you're having, for some of you, maybe you're having a hard time letting certain memories or certain things from your past go. You're trying to make peace with it, right? Four of Swords, King of Cups. You're trying to make peace with it. There's moments where you're adapting, you're allowing, and then there's moments where you're struggling, and that's totally okay. Healing is not just like a one-way journey, a one-way direction. Be patient with yourself as you're transforming. You're going through huge transformation. You're going through big change. You're learning and evolving a lot. So if you're having a hard time letting something go from your past, or there's something that keeps coming back up over and over, maybe less and less, but still here and there, it's okay. But you're making progress, and don't forget how far you've come. Because I also see here with this combination, the 8 of Swords and the 6 of Cups, you may have a hard time recognizing how far you've really come, how much you've really truly changed and evolved. You may be feeling like you're stuck. You may be feeling as if you haven't made much progress, but you have. You've grown. So give yourself that recognition. Some of you haven't been able to really recognize that. I want you to take a moment somewhere today and really reflect on how much you've changed, how much you've grown, and be proud of yourself, okay? Give yourself that validation. And you are enough, right? For those that remember the 4 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles, you may feel like you're unworthy of something better, or unworthy of getting out. You are worthy. But even me saying that, if you don't believe it yourself, you're gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. That's not true. Like, you're not gonna believe what I'm saying because you don't believe it yourself. So if you don't believe it yourself, you gotta work on your inner dialogue, my friend. You gotta learn to love yourself, okay? Continue to. And self-love is a journey. Again, it's not just something you snap your fingers and woohoo, wow. Like, it's a process. So, and you don't have to always be so fucking perfect. Although you're pretty freaking close, so Sachi, just saying. High Priestess, and this fell out on the Devil. So these are your inner demons. These are your own. This is you. This is someone else with their inner demons. But yeah, the High Priestess, the Devil, it's hidden. It's not so obvious. And it's deeply ingrained. This is something that it's spiritual warfare, literally. Ooh, heavy. Pisces energy, by the way. Capricorn and Pisces. Shout out to anybody with those signs. Knight of Wands, Fool reverse, 8 of Cups. Something you have to find the courage to walk away from or step free from. What are you avoiding or running away from? I'm seeing this energy coming up again. The Knight of Wands and then the Fool in reverse, where it's like you get this. There's something that speaks to you, but then you don't do it, or you think about it, but then your actions don't align with that, or you do the opposite. And it's like, in what ways are you abandoning yourself? Okay. And if it's not you, this is the person that's connected to you. And pass this message on to them. Send them the link to this video. Even if you're like in no communication, send them this video. What are you avoiding? Cross watcher. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Or maybe do. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what are you hiding from? It's okay. You'll face it when you're ready. Whoever you are. If you're not ready, you'll face it when you are ready. If it's not today, tomorrow, a month from now, one day maybe. All right. Yeah, I also feel like someone could be struggling with some sort of addiction. They could be trying to hide it. They could be trying, like, maybe this is someone who said that they quit this thing, whether it's smoking or drinking or whatever. They could have been like, oh yeah, I quit. I stopped doing that. But secretly, they have been indulging in it. But no one knows. Or they hope no one knows. Or you hope no one knows. Something like that. Well, we know. We see it. Not to put you on blast, but we see it. We know what you're doing. Strength. Really, this is just showing that, like, even getting help, support. What's at the bottom? 8 of Pentacles. Consistency, patience, really. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, support from others. Not even, there's only so much you can do on your own. Community, we thrive in communities, we thrive in our connections, our friendships, our families, and all that. So, sometimes a problem halved is much easier to solve than on your own. So maybe someone could, Sagi, if you've made it this far and say you're dealing with someone that's struggling, they may come to you for help. Now, that was the thing we saw earlier. It's like there could be someone that just like assumes that you're going to just put out their fire. You're not, but you may give them some sort of wisdom, or the way that you carry yourself. It's somehow, I can't fucking speak. Somehow it helps them. What a reading. I feel like I'm like, how do we end this? Let me just pull one card as advice. Okay? Yeah. What advice you got for Sagittarius regarding the situation? Any advice? What advice you got for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements regarding the situation? 2 of Wands reversed, star at the bottom. Ooh, King of Swords reversed just flipped itself out. Some of you are making rash judgments. 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords at the bottom. Justice. The Moon. Could be something revealed to you around the full moon in Capricorn. Something that's hidden, or something that was something you weren't aware of. You might be getting something around the full moon, some sort of news or information. Maybe your judgments about someone has been wrong, or let me see. What advice you got for, how's that advice? Okay. What advice you got for Sagittarius? 10 of Swords. Well, and the 7 of Cups at the bottom. 7's been showing up a few times. Lot of Swords. Well, 2 of Swords. Oh, sorry. 2 of Wands in the reverse as advice. I feel like there's been something you have been procrastinating on. And I think it's just time to just rip the band-aid off, or just get it over with. Or like, you've been waiting for this opportunity and it's here now. Okay? King of Swords in reverse. Maybe you've been judging too harshly, right? Maybe King of Swords reverse sometimes is where we're not seeing things clearly. Maybe we're being really cold and detached, and we might not even realize it, right? You might be coming across way sharper or bitchier than usual. And it happens. We're human. We go through stress. But you know what? Like, let's be a little more self-aware. So, I don't know. King of Swords reverse as advice. I'm like, maybe this opposite. Maybe the advice is you're caring too much and you need to stop giving a fuck. maybe that's the advice. Because sometimes King of Swords, he does not give, especially reverse, he does not give a fuck. So as advice, maybe you're caring too much. Maybe you're being way too understanding. You'll know if that fits, okay? 6 of Swords as advice. It's time to get moving. No more dill-dallying, waiting around, twiddling your thumbs. Time to get moving. It's time to move on, or it's time to live your life. It's time to get grooving, okay? And if you're waiting on someone to change, you're going to be waiting forever, okay? Or I don't know how long you're going to be waiting, but that's a lot of time. I don't care if it's a minute. I don't care if it's a day. I don't care if it's a week. I don't care. your life is precious and you got many things to do. You deserve to live your life. And Six of Swords says it's time to get going. All right. Put your foot on the gas. Okay. And also moving towards calmer times, peace, happiness, fulfillment. Okay. But in order to get there, Six of Swords to the Ten of Swords, something needs to come to an end. Ten of Swords is endings, closure, completion. Sometimes it talks about loss, betrayal, heartbreak, right? So some of you have been avoiding that and you've been prolonging the inevitable. So it's time to rip the Band-Aid off, and your advice, it's time for this to end. And it might not be so simple, but it's about coming to the conclusion of, okay, you know what? I can't continue on this path. I can't stay in this job, stay in this relationship, stay in this home, stay whatever. Like this, just the road ends here, man. Then even this, Six of Swords to Ten of Swords, dead end. You're gonna have to turn around. Like wherever you're headed in this situation, it doesn't go much further. So keep that in mind. And this may be a very confusing time for you, especially with your emotions running very high. And it's involving you and someone that you care about very deeply. And that's cool. That's all right. It's good to love. It's good to feel. It's good to connect. That is so important that you're not getting twisted and manipulated. Remember the mind games we've seen earlier, right? Don't fall for that. Don't fall for the traps. Choose wisely as well, it's advice. Seven of Cups with the Three of Swords. Choose wisely. Not all these cups are going to hurt you. One or a couple of them might. So choose wisely, right? Are you going to select the cup that has a Three of Swords in it? You might. A little character development moment. Up to you. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Figure that out and then choose wisely, okay? I hope this helps. I hope this helps, Sagi. Oh my god, what an intense reading. Whew. Well, welcome back. And I will see y'all next week. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy full moon when that's coming up a few days from now. And stay grounded, okay? I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you later. Bye, Sagi.